Hey guys, happy Homebrew Wednesday. So following on from the last video where I tried my disastrous first all grain batch, which was all Pilsner malt blonde ale with, I'm not too sure what hops were in there, it was in a kit, they didn't really say, that was infected, and well yeah, essentially that batch I still haven't finished drinking them. I probably will eventually use them as drain cleaner to make space for the batches that are going to start coming through. I've got an IPA, first attempt at an IPA coming through, based on a few different recipes that I've been looking at. So sort of just a mix and match sort of thing. I'm going to be using a bit of rye in that one, so that'll be interesting. And then yeah, I did like the second batch. So the second batch, I didn't do all grain. I went out and got myself a extract kit where they were using cans from BlackRock in New Zealand. So New Zealand homebrewers, I'm pretty sure you're aware of the extract cans, much like Cooper's in Australia and Muntons in the UK. I grabbed 2 of their cans. I looked on their website and they've got some cool extract recipes, so I was just like, my girlfriend likes sours, and she's like a big fan of Guinness and dark beers, which is kind of weird for the French. They tend to not like darker beers, but so I thought it'd be a good idea to do one that maybe she'll like. And they had one on there that was like a Baltic coffee bourbon porter, I think was what it was, and essentially you get the bock extract and their miner's stout, I think, or miner's porter. You mix the 2 of them together and you ferment it on USO 5. So I did 21 litres of that and bottled it. I've let it sit. Obviously it's not gone clear, but so I stupidly didn't have enough dark glassware, and I saved some bottles from a party that we were at in Paris at a housewarming, and a lot of those guys were drinking Desperados and Cubanistos and stuff like that, and I didn't really see until the end. I was just like, oh no, it'll be fine, And the first one that I opened of this batch, the yeast obviously got killed by all the light that went straight through it, so I had this disgusting, I'm assuming that's like the medical taste that they sometimes talk about, because it had this really, it was just bad. So all the clear bottles straight down the drain, and the dark ones are actually tasting a lot better, but I think I put too much coffee in. I had some Peruvian coffee that had been sitting in the freezer that I hadn't used yet, so I just used that and stuffed it in, and hey ho presto, we've got some Baltic coffee porter with there's not too much bourbon that went into it. Like I used the bourbon to do like a tincture with the coffee beans to try and also kill off anything that was on the coffee beans as well. But I didn't really get much bourbon, but we'll have a crack. Again, carbonation, not very good. I mean, again, I think, what did I use on the carbonation for this? I put the sugar directly in the bottle, because stupidly as well, I didn't have another 25 litre bucket to do my bottling from. So I put all the sugar into the bottles, and I don't think I put enough, but here we go. Hopefully the glass is clean, who knows? Give it a good pour. I'll eat that later. Yeah, alright, I got a bit of a decent head. We'll see if it sticks around. It's a bit of a mixed bag of, small and big bubbles, but we'll see how we go. I don't know if Sorry about that, guys. SD card issues filled the thing up pretty quickly. So, as you can see, the head definitely hasn't stuck around. That's been sitting there for maybe 5-10 minutes. 10 minutes maybe. So, got a bit of lacing, but definitely definitely stick around. So yeah, you get the coffee. You get a lot of. I mean, there's maybe a bit of roasted flavour coming through from the extract kits, but there's a bit too much coffee to, I think, really make this a beer in that sense. I don't know if that makes any sense. It's unbalanced. Like there's just way too much of the coffee. There was like a, I don't know, something to complement it. Maybe, I don't know, maybe some orange or something like that. That could be fun to play around with. But who knows? Alright, let's have a sip. No, it's still tasting like it did the, 4 weeks ago, so it's alright. But yeah, I think there's just too much coffee and there's definitely that roasted aftertaste. Like it's like coating my mouth in like the roasted malt sort of taste. I suppose that typical of the porters, I guess. Because how else are you gonna get dark beer? So I'd probably redo this one, but I'll do an all grain version of it. Probably try and introduce some caramel in there as well to get maybe some sweetness, and then maybe some some rye flakes in there as well to spice it and give it that mouthfeel. Maybe we'll see. And less coffee. I mean, I put like half a roastery in there. I mean, Christ. I think the recipe called for maybe 200 grams and like an espresso shot or something like that, and I just dumped the whole bag of coffee in there because the coffee was probably a bit old as well, in fairness. And no, I didn't grind it, but I think that was better that I didn't grind it. If I ground it or like cracked it a bit, probably would have gotten a lot more, way too much more coffee flavour. But yeah, for an extract beer, I mean, I haven't done one in years. I mean, I used to do them back in Oz with my housemates, and it's alright. So drink's easy, that's for sure. I think it's only about 5%, maybe less than that actually. Yeah, because I didn't add any extra sugar prior to fermenting. So, but yeah, if anyone has any cool like tips and tricks for porters and stuff like that, because I want to do some more dark beers. So I've got like a stock for winter essentially. It's the idea. I know actually Dr. Hans had a Christmas beer that I want to sort of try and have a go at, like with ginger and stuff like that. That might work. Ginger and coffee. I don't know. I'll have to have a look to sort of see what the go is for what flavours go well with coffee. But yeah, probably introduce a bit of caramel malt into it. Like we'll see how we go. But yeah. Alright, I'm gonna finish this, and cheers to you guys.